city council meetings. And from the committee is Chairman Rogers.
Alderwoman Smith.
City Patrolman Lewis Williams.
Myself, as chairman, I had an opportunity to review some of the expenditures and the invoices from the bills list dated from August 26, 2025 and October 27, 2025. And our intentions here this evening is to go over some of the things that we may not have total explanation on, but we do this every month for year after year. Pretty much some of these expenditures are the same thing. But Mr. Lewis Williams, our city controller, is so graciously here to explain some of the things that we may be in the dark about.
Are there any posted agendas?
Hello, council members.
Look.
Are there any?
Yeah, I just, Co-Chair, I'd like to give you an opportunity to, just to go over them and make sure that there's anything there that you may not be totally aware of. I looked at Saturday, I looked at Sunday, today. Mr. Lewis, there's one expenditure under total funds, general funds for motor fuel. And there's an expenditure for a little over $3,000 for the IDOT, Illinois Department of Transportation.
Yeah, that's our percentage of what we have to pay for the upkeep of local roads, street lights, basically.
For here.
That's Harvey, the city of Harvey's portion of local roads like Austin, the state roads.
Yeah,
Austin.
I'm familiar with that shit. Yeah.
That's just our portion of street light maintenance and upkeep.
There's a gentleman here on this sewer fund by the name of Joe Watkins, and he's on motor fuel. He's in the motor fuel. Yeah, it's pretty small, but I noticed his name on here twice. Let's go all the way back up to the top. And I'm just curious. They got one under sewer.
Probably one underwater.
Water reimbursement.
Yeah, it's a refund of the deposit.
That's what I figured. But I just wanted to make sure because I saw his name twice, and I was wondering. I was curious on why his name was on
The
there.
owner pays the bill, but there's a refund. It breaks out between water, sewer, refuge.
Actually, Actually, it's the first name on the refund list, and it's on the last itemized item. Okay, okay, so that's good. If there's a, Co-Chair, do you have any questions in regards to the controller that you'd like to ask?
Don't want to assume, but the one under, I want to say this, the Eagle Sports Range, CC, Blazing, was that for the practice at the range?
Yes.
Now, that expenditure, I noticed that expenditure at Eagle Range, that was for $4,000. I was under the impression that was for the police officers
Got
to get
Eagle
bullet.
uniform, Eagle uniforms.
Right,
If you see Eagle Range, that's the range.
that's the range.
Right.
So that's the gun shooting.
Right, it's $900.
Gotcha. That might be a bulletproof vest, okay.
Anthony T,
Pardon me?
uniform, is it for that particular
What
employee?
line item is that,
Reimbursement.
ma'am?
Yeah, it's a
This
reimbursement.
is 132.
132?
Under police.
Let me get to that. What was the name of it?
Anthony T,
Anthony T.
is for travel expenses. And that's not the business.
I got you. All right.
I have one more. It's equipment purchase, Axon Enterprise, bundle fleet advance with tap pay.
That's the cameras and the monitors throughout the city. The lease, annual lease amount.
Okay, camera, you said camera,
Just the whole thing for the crime center, the cameras throughout the city.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, if there's no other questions, then the chair makes a motion that we're gonna accept the expenditures for August 26, 2025 as is. All in favor?
aye.
Aye. All opposed? None? Okay, so we'll bring this for the committee. Keeping the meeting moving, we're gonna go over to October 27th. No, it was the new bills list. That's why I saw that name. The first one, Joe Watkins, that was on the last bills list, so I guess he overpays every month. Okay. With, give me an opportunity to kind of refresh and review these bills list. We've all had an opportunity to see it, but we want to be totally sure what we're talking about. So if you look under category 102, office expenditures, there's 3 line items for Azavar audits.
They basically review what happens is they review the motor fuel tax and various taxes that the city should collect. And we have a contract for them where they go after people who aren't paying the taxes. So when they discover, like let's say Ryder Truck, which has facilities in Harvey, and maybe they're not paying their local distributor tax, they go find that out, charge them, we give them a percentage for uncovering the customer.
Azabar.
Yeah,
How long has it been with us?
off and on over the past probably 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Kind of familiar with most of our vendors, haven't seen them.
They don't get a percentage forever, it's just what they go in and collect.
What they collect, what they find out is
Right,
wrong,
exactly.
okay, gotcha. Makes sense to me.
The equipment rental line at 102, Quadrant, Leasing USA, it looks like it may be an old bill that was just paid. Says November, I'm sorry, that's not, it says from 2026, 2025 to 2026, November to February.
Which company is that?
Quadrant Leasing USA.
That's
So-
the postage machine. That's the postage machine.
Postage machine, okay.
Yes.
What does Uline do for us?
That's just supplies.
Just a supply company?
Yeah.
Is that office supply? It says operating.
Operating supplies, you know, they provide stuff for the fire department, public works.
Did, this is $9,200 expenditure for Woods Ambulance Service, is that our monthly fee?
That's the monthly.
And monthly about that,
Pardon me?
and that's normally what it is
Yeah,
about monthly.
yeah, it's a fixed fee.
Fix, okay. Wow. Ms. Lewis, maybe you could shed a little light on what I'm concerned about. Now, we have several line items for the public refuge and dump fees. Now, I know that the blue trucks, they go around throughout the city and they pick up all of the big dumpsters and the trash receptacles behind in the alley behind people's houses. Now, the city also has a refuge where they pick up refuge in the front and then they take it and do the dumping fee. These line expenditures for $153,000, are they for just the regular weekly
Yes.
pickup?
That's how much?
Yeah,
153.
153. That's normally about what it is every month.
I need to cross.
But, you know, that there's also dumping fees, like when we have a a spring cleaning or a fall cleaning, a summer cleaning, and we require the residents to set their disposables out on the front curb. Now, Republic comes and pick those up, and I'm sure that there's a dumping fee for that, but it's not on this bills list.
They use one of the other companies. The only thing that Republic bills is for us a monthly pickup service. When it's dumpsters and things like that, I'm drawing a blank on the company right now.
Okay,
But they bill us separately for that based on the tons.
the one that does it seasonal.
Right, exactly. Or even when street department store pickups and normal stuff like that, they use the dumpster service.
Yeah, that's my point. When the street department, when they go around and pick up the debris, there's a fee when they go to dump it.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that's what, but that fee is not included on this month's bills list. Gotcha, okay.
And that's a different service, correct?
No, that's Harvey.
It's just a different fee. They bill it, I'm drawing a blank right now. but they bill
Okay.
it.
It's still under refuse and dump.
Yes.
But it's not under Republic, am I correct?
Not under the public.
Right, it's under different service. Name.
Okay. Chair Smith, do you have any other further questions for the controller in regards to October's bills list?
One more.
One
It's
more,
a non-
sure.
Under the water fund, it's a non-sufficient fund tweet for Felicia. I'm not.
I just saw that.
For 635,
Let me see, wait a minute.
absolutely. Does that mean they gave us a check for that?
It appears that we probably charged her for NSF check. It wasn't NSF. So we're reimbursing them.
Oh, yeah, I see it. 635, man. That's a refund.
It's a big fee for tapping fee, huh? Yeah. Sure, that's a water fund.
Okay,
I don't have anything.
okay. Well, if there's no further questions, Chair makes a recommendation to approve and send the October bills list to the entire committee. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? There are no opposition, so we're gonna send that out. Keeping this meeting moving, right now at this portion, 6:27, we have time for public comment. We would strongly suggest for everybody in the public, and we're so glad to see so many people, so many residents here from Harvard. If you have a question or concern or comment that you'd like to express to the Finance Committee or let it be known, please come up to the microphone, state your name. You can take pretty much as long as you like. We don't care. It's 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5, whatever. Just get your point out, okay? Come on up, man. Come on.
Good evening, everyone. Can y'all hear me?
Put it down a little bit, I think. There you go.
Good evening, everyone.
That's better.
Thank you. Okay, so as we were going through the bills list, as you all were mentioning, I think it was a disservice to pull out things that a normal municipality will pay for. So police officers, if they're going to the gun range or if they need to purchase new uniforms, well, of course, that's a given, because we have to make sure our first responders, our firefighters, our police officers have what they need. That's a given. We're talking about the motor pool with IDOT. these things are given. We know that as a municipality, we have to pay for things. What we do not understand is the actual financial condition of this town. You all did not have no mention of the $1.4 million loan, or whatever it was that you all voted on Sunday, and then the following Thursday declared us broke. So I'm confused as to why did you vote on it if we're declaring financial distress? What does that mean for that 1.4 million? Are we still able to get it? What are the terms? It just seems like we continuously are putting ourselves in a bad financial situation without even saying, this is what we have, this is what we owe, and some things are gonna have to be cut. And then also, with the refuge fee of $150,000, correct me if I'm wrong, but the community cleanups are quarterly. Those are not weekly, outside of the weekly garbage pickup, the community cleanup where we put out very large items and then, they're disposed of by Republic Services, that's not done every month, and that's not done on a quarterly basis. So I'm confused as to why the refuge or dumping fee, whatever you all mentioned, was $150,000 for something that happens on a quarterly basis. That doesn't, it just doesn't make any sense. And then lastly, about the legal fees. According to the documents that I've reviewed, we're paying Ansel and Blink and Montana and Welch. Those are two law firms that do specialize in municipal law. Why are we paying two law firms to represent one city? If we are broke, we don't need to be paying two law firms to represent us, whether it's whoever they're representing. It just doesn't make any sense, and it feels like we're continuously putting ourselves in a financial hole. And even in this meeting, there was no conversation of, we might have to cut this out. We paid lobbyists in the last finance committee meeting. That was a part of the bills list. Are we gonna cut out the lobbyists? Because I don't know what they lobbying down in Springfield, because we don't have anything. So it just feels like we're continuously putting ourselves in a deeper hole, and you all are continuously avoiding the elephant in the room. So $1.3 million you voted on Sunday. Thursday we broke. I just wanna know what's going on. I wanna see our city thrive, but it just continues like, oh, everything's fine, while the city is burning. That's what it feels like, and that's a laugh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Anybody else?
Hi everybody, my name is Sharon McGee. I'm sure a lot of y'all know me here. I want to echo on some of the questions that she said. You have some really good questions, and Mr. Rogers, you sit over this finance committee, and the mayor said that we're still $160 million in the hole. Although Harvey takes in, to my some amount of millions of dollars, what do you guys do to pay down debt? Instead of just paying bills, how are you helping me to pay down this debt? Because the tax burden in Harvey is ridiculous. I always come here and I speak about taxes because they matter. She said about the law firm, as the population decreases, the tax revenue is decreasing. Why do we pay over $100,000 for law every month? You guys sit, and then you guys sit there and you guys just vote. And do you see the ramifications of your yeses, Talene? Do you see this? We further in the hole, and y'all just, yes. What are you doing to help me? You don't appear to be doing nothing to me. The same problems that I came and talked about in August, because the only reason why you saw me is because the tax bills went up and my sidewalks wasn't fixed. My sidewalks still wasn't fixed, yet I still paid one of the highest tax rates. Who coming to send some of this money out, to the fourth ward where I'm from? Over here where my grandbaby still can't ride her bike down the block. Like, that's the only reason why you know me is because I came to tell y'all my problems, and y'all haven't solved any of them. I want y'all to know that in 2027, Y'all won't make it fast, because one thing you don't even know how to do is to win the election. And I know that some of y'all got like 150 votes, maybe 300 votes. I can do that too. Y'all not gonna sit here and keep on, like she said, we on fire and you telling me it's okay, but you steady pouring gasoline by voting yes. It is ridiculous what you guys are doing to us in past 2027. And when the next mayor get up in here, whoever he or she may be, I'm coming after all y'all, because it's not Clark, it's you. It's you four, you and Derinsky keep on voting yes to this, y'all. One thing I want to point out right fast, I'm going to sit down, is that as y'all was sitting there going through the bills, it looked like y'all just got that shit. Y'all just thumping through the shit. Come on now. Did you see it before tonight? You literally going through here and then talking about picking up the garbage. As much money as I pay, you better come get the garbage, Mr. Rogers. I will see y'all in 2027
I
with
don't
this
care when you see me.
150
Listen,
and
you need to hear me.
don't yell at me. Shut up.
You're
Don't yell at me.
misinformed.
I'm not misinformed.
This is not-
I live here.
This is
I'm not misinformed. I live here.
Difficulties and the same problems that you going through, that you come up to get to the microphone and talk about every single time. These are the same problems that everybody got. No, but this woman wrong. I don't give a damn. And I don't give a damn about no 2027. You don't tell me about no 2027. Man, I work my ass off every day on your behalf. And you need to understand.
My gun is still full, Mr. Cameron, right?
Somebody gonna keep working you or what?
At this moment, we need to have a removal of the alderman. The alderman is completely out of line.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
And in this moment, I have been arrested by this point. So please,
Listen,
you need to come
listen,
to
I'm
order,
good.
alderman.
I'm good.
And Deputy Chief, please return the room in its order. Thank you.
First of
Return the room to order.
all,
Thank you,
this
Mr.
got
Deputy
heated
Chief.
because there were some things said that should not have been said. Okay?
Okay.
And,
At this point, alderman should have been removed, Deputy Chief. We have 4 male police officers escorting out this 4th Ward resident, and she was just simply
Excuse me.
speaking her mind.
Excuse me, Alderman.
Alderman, please come to order.
We
Thank you.
good. We
Please
good.
bring
We
the
good.
room.
We're good. We're good now. Are there any other public comments?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Sure is.
I'll allow the 4th Ward.
It's out of order. It's out of order. Make sure you all catch all of that. It's out of order.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, I want to start off by the mayor. He has his way of, when people ask questions, is no comment. But in committee meetings, it should be answers to the questions. I don't know why we following this. Say, ain't nobody in here to mayor. So if somebody asks a question, just address the questions, first of all. That's one of my 4th Ward residents, and it don't matter who it is. If they from Harvey and they doing the right thing, I got their back. And I gotta live too, because I live in Harvey. I ride down the same streets, hit the same potholes, the same vacant, the crime. I live here and I don't run. I try to help. So with that being said, not trying to tell anybody how to run their meeting, even though people may tell me how to run mine, you still have to have respect and have order. The last person is the chair to not keep order. Whatever somebody said. We got people frustrated. I got friends, I got people that I done just met that it came from, that don't even have a job. Let's just sit back and let's just explore the facts. Me, along with Alderwoman Coley Chapman, been going through this for over 2 years. Any questions that we asked, we couldn't ask, and before you know, we was removed off the Finance Committee. So since y'all removed us off the Finance Committee, why are we in debt now? Was we doing something wrong? Was we wasting money? Was we spending up everything? Were we making decisions to constantly pay bills and pay people? How are you going to inherit a debt and still pay excessive money spending when you already know you got it at? Why does that even happen? And the thing about it, this audit process was under the Kellogg administration, were all the audits, or why are we behind 2 or 3 years in our audit situation? Oh, well, Mayor Kellogg, this or whatever, was we behind then? 16 years we was here, did we ever have to just give in and just file for bankruptcy? It's just a lot of questions that really need to be answered. And I don't care, I don't appreciate nobody putting on my residence out, you know, period. But if it is, it is, because she's still gonna come back, still gonna be the same person. But she ain't doing no voicing opinions from somebody, everybody in here. Let's just be more professional on how things are going. And to my understanding, we've been behind in our audit for the last, since 2021. But before the previous administration, we were never behind then. Why are we behind now in our audits? You know, when you do audits, it's like somebody, IRS, tell you to file this, and then you want to say this to cover up for the stuff that you ain't paid, or the stuff that you messed on up, and then blame it on somebody else. But I'm here to make a change. I'm here to set something positive. I still respect the people that sit in their seats, and I never will, because they still on my team. I was coached very well on top, very well. I didn't care. We was playing basketball, 5 people on the team. You are still on the table. If I have a problem, I go to the coach, and the coach addresses that and handles those situations. But the situation is, we're not trying to get everybody to work as a team. How are we going to get things together if we don't work as a team? But I appreciate the crowd and everybody that's coming on out. And I like nothing more than see these people get their jobs back. Thank you.
Thanks for your comment, Alderman Fourth Ward, Alderman Keys. Thank you.
Alderman Mayor, I address from my seat.
Please, by all means.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
There are a lot of, our first, we're very involved in what's at stake, what's our current status, and overall, just the turmoil that we're facing. I'm so happy to see Ashley Union here very strong and united. To that end, when we think about that meeting that I did not attend because one, I wasn't notified as I should have been. And then it was just unprecedented to have a meeting on a Sunday at 3 o'clock to vote on this $1.4 million that I was told via a text message, the corporate counsel, Carrie Lynn Craftner, that this money was to be allocated for our employees. And then we turn around just in a few short days and we lay off 69. And the top 3 departments, police, fire, public works, things that our city so desperately needs other than, other options from an administrative point of view, right? Just alone across maybe 5 employees, that's $500,000 annually. And so when we think about how we're spending money, I think about that when we're discussing vendor payments. Yet the constant theme of the conversation is what we have not seen, and then what we say when we have not seen, the reprimand that comes next. And I too have been affected about that same reprimand that Ms. McKee spoke about, that Alderman Key spoke about as well. And simply put, the residents want answers, just black and white answers. Comptroller Williams, I urge you at the very next meeting to have the 25-26 financial piece that you delivered available as you stated you would. Because we need to know the transparency has to be loud and proud. We spent across just 6 months at $65,000 a month. Just think about that. In 2 months, we've spent $130,000, yet the light here is flashing. That's a problem. Yet I see water stains. Because I'm concerned about your breathing here in the city of Harvey more than an engineering inspection report that I've yet to see across 2.5 years. Yet, like I just said, we're spending $65,000. We have a lease for a vehicle that I'm not certain as to who it's assigned to at $50,000. right? We have costs as low as $2,200 for apparel. We have to take a very long look. Tonight, the address has to be about the financial distress. On the agenda tonight, we have a resolution for Turlington Homes by a group by the name of Genesis. I can't think of the remainder of the name, but that particular agreement startles me. And it startles me because we have to immediately put a halt to what's coming in and what's going out. And what I mean by that is 9 vacant lots, 1 that has a distressed property that sits on it, are up tonight. But they're up at no cost or valuation or assessment as to what the return on that investment is to the taxpayers. Again, non-transparency. And so if we don't know what's coming in and we only see what's going out, we're already at a red and at a deficit. And we got here Monday, February 12th, when we were removed from this finance committee. That's still very late. I want you to understand, as Ms. McKee mentioned, it takes 4 votes at a majority to pass anything in this city. So in that thought, we have to ensure that the 4 represent the latter of 19,000, the total population of this city, and are making the best decisions for your livelihood. What we have at stake is huge, but if we don't get a handle on it, I'm not certain what the next steps of Harvey is. You know, we're the 2nd city in the state of Illinois to apply for this financial distress. The first city was East St. Louis, and they're still recovering 30 years later. So imagine that. They applied for that in 1995. It's 2025. So we have some real digging to do. We have to have this is why I put everything up on Facebook, as you all know. I put up every single bills list, because we cannot be publicly private officials. We have to let you all know everything that's going on here, because you all are paying us.
Alderman Chandler, we appreciate your comments, but we don't want to monopolize the entire meeting with your one public comment, because we have other individuals.
Thank you, Alderman. I'm sorry about that.
You can't watch your time, you have to take your own time.
And I want to thank you, Mr. Irvin. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. I just want to give everybody a little bit of history. All the way back to about 2009, the last time that we had a audit done, and then there were years 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that went undone. Our city has had a history of being in massive debt. And when Chris Clark took office in 2019 in May, I asked him to open the books and show everybody everything that's going on. We were about $140 million in debt right then at that moment. That was the time to ask the state to come in to help us. I don't know what's going on. I mean, you all are aldermen. You've taken the hit for previous administrations, mismanagement of money, and then on top of that, the levy collection in our city was less than 60%. So if you levy for $19 million, all you're going to get is, $10 million? You add a deficit to start off with, so you robbing Peter to pay Paul just for that year. How can you pay back the previous years? So this is serious. I'm glad that you finally did do it, but I just wish you had did it a little bit earlier, because it looks strange. When you do the math, if you're not getting what you need every year, you're never going to be able to pay back what's in the arrears. So going forward, I hope that you all put everything under scrutiny. Every bill that you get that's placed before you, everybody that comes here and does a service, get the best price that you possibly can and monitor our money and put it to the best possible use that we can. Okay? I don't know how the state is going to handle all what's going on, but you guys need to work closely with them. And that Turlington company, ask the state, should they be getting those properties? Whatever you do, include the state in what you're doing, and let them look these people over and find out what their background is and what they're doing, and find out what it is that we're getting from them. You all should know. I don't know if you know. I know they don't know, but I don't know if you know what it is that we're selling our property for, and we should get something for it. So hopefully you all will do better, because this don't look too good. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
know, our goal was never to really want to lay anybody off. Who wants to do that? Okay? Then, when we had our meeting, they talked about we blame Kellogg. And everyone feels that $165 million should have been ripped away in 6 years. I've been in this seat 2 years, and I've been complaining about how these businesses have not paid in 20 years. Everybody ignoring that. Everybody ignoring that. I'm glad you all came together. I wish they got down there and got to APW before they done got their money and moved down the street now. They done moved down the street. APW is closed now, and they moved to Hazel Crest.
They were already.
But they made all their money. I'm talking, and I'm pleased. I did not talk. I want y'all to be respectful. You can have your opinion of me all you want, but guess what? I went to school too. I've been in real estate. So if you have a lot of vacant properties, this vacant property in general, if you have a vacant piece of land that's sitting there not getting $1 of tax, we ain't able to collect off it at all, at least somebody paying it so we can collect taxes and make money now. That's what that's for. If you can give away a lot for $1, at least it's not only the properties, the abandoned houses. If you look them up, they owe at least $5,000 too. And if you don't know who owns them, or you don't know how to go about getting them, so really y'all fight should be with Cook County. The people who sat down and then allowed people to not pay their taxes all this time. That's not fair. That is not fair at all. That we, the residents, have been paying for their backs all this time. The beauty supply right here on 154th, I asked him, I said, what are you selling it for? I thought he was selling it. He said, oh, I sold it to someone. I looked up his taxes. They were 6 figures too. And I'm like, well, who is he selling that to? Who's going to pay those taxes? Now, AP Deli there, that some people may not know, it's going to sit there now. Because whatever those taxes are, somebody's going to have to pay those taxes. Somebody has to pay those taxes for them to even sell it. So that'll be another piece of property sitting there. Learn a little bit more about real estate, how it goes. Really. Because it's not as easy as we think it is. That was a lot of money. And you know what the whole big question would be? Where's the shakedown? Because I feel like for somebody that got away that long with the business, it had to be a shakedown somewhere. So again, I can't say who to blame, but it didn't happen under this administration. We were 165, I want to say we 147 now.
164.
164, yeah, we was 164, we down to 147, from my understanding. We chunked away a little bit at it, but that's a lot to chunk at. That's a big deal to chunk at when you're not getting anything. They haven't put their the tax bill hasn't came out. That's scary. That our tax bills were supposed to be here in August, and they're not even here. I'm hoping when they do send them out, that we can even afford them. And Harvey is just not the only place. The rumor mill is saying Harvey's not the only city in DeBelle. I guess there's a couple more other cities. It just haven't came forth yet. And maybe they haven't came forth yet because they're not as far in the hole as we are. Because we in the hole. And we're doing our best to fix it. When we vote up here, we're voting to make change for the city, to improve it the best way we can. The mayor explained it that's the best presentation I've seen. Because even when he said about Susan Mendoza taking the 35% out of our money, any money we get, she's taking 35% of it. The money, and guess what? It's not money that we're getting in our hand. It's money that was allocated to us to do the streets and the things that we do for the city. Pension. The reason why it's a pension, oh, you know why she's taking 35%? Because under the last administration, they had in the hole the police and fire pension. The pension was in the hole. Is it fair for the policemen who have worked hard and the firemen that have worked hard to not get none? You don't work like a dog, and here you can't get your money now? So that money has to be put back in. Now, it's how we feel, it's unfair for her to take the 35%. For the simple fact, we have to pay that 35% back because that's grant money, and if we violate that grant money, we won't get no more grant and be unbondable like the previous administration. Get your facts right before y'all start running up on a bandwagon. Please do that. That's all I ask. That's all we all ask. Stop getting on the bandwagon. Thank you.
As the chair of the Economic
Thank
Development
you.
Committee, that
Thank
didn't bring
you
out
all.
business
As far as economic
We're
development,
not addressing public, no.
no, what I'm saying, these properties right here, that's coming in that is complaining about, that's economic development. Have a great day.
Well, once
We
again,
had the economic development.
excuse me, ma'am, please, come on. Come on, we all from Harvey, everybody, it's not like this, okay? We gave everybody an opportunity to say what they wanted to say, okay? Now, if you don't know how to be respectable, then that's on you, but it ain't on us. Okay, we're gonna do things decent and in order. Thank you very much. If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. But once again, I'm Chairman Rogers, and I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to the finance meeting today. I hope that it was informative and you got something from this meeting that will be pertaining to the well-being of our city and our community. But I strongly suggest that everybody stay tuned for the next meeting because it's going to be so informative in regards to some of the questions that were asked in the finance meeting will be answered in the regular city council meeting. Once again, thank you all for coming out. Meeting adjourned. All in favor, signify by saying aye.